specifically, when did the business fail?
That's a really good question, Alan. And up until recently, when people asked me that, I would have said April 2013. But now when people ask me when the business failed, I'll say 2002, 2003.
When did it get founded?
It got founded in 1993.
Okay.
So the business failed 2002, 2003. And people look at me strangely because you know that's when the business at its peak. But that's when it actually failed. That's when the mistakes were made. It didn't actually die until 2013. And that's really what I cover in the book, that when the business is starting to grow and progress, you can build a business really with blood, sweat and tears up to $500,000 quite comfortably with no structure, no systems, no plan. You can almost do it by accident. But as you progress through the $500,000 towards the million and settling from the 1 to the 2, then systems and structure and the team must be absolutely in place for growth. I didn't have that. It's what I call in the book the 3 tiers of cash flow.
Okay.
Tier 1 speaks for itself. Tier 1 is survive and thrive. So Tier 1 cash flow is paying the bills, the payroll, the leases, all the money that you need to keep the business going. There will be leftover cash flow from that, otherwise you've got cash flow problems, and that becomes Tier 2 cash flow. And we call that invest and protect. So that money should be invested in the business. Every penny from Tier 2 cash flow should be invested. It could be invested in systems, processes, people, putting the right people in place. But the whole point of that is you're getting a return from that investment.
Okay.
And the residual from Tier 2 or the return from Tier 2 then becomes Tier 3 cash flow. And that's what the owners can take out as dividends and spend. The problem that I made with the business, and you can see this so obvious now, is whilst I was investing, because we owned all the property the Ink Shop had, which was 10 print centres, we owned those centres, so we were investing, but I wasn't investing enough, and I certainly wasn't investing in people, and I was spending Tier 2 cash flow. So instead of investing in managers and other directors to join the teams, I was out spending £186,000 in sports cars. It was good fun at the time.
At the time, but
not very wise. I should have put that into Tier 2, let that become Tier 3, and then bought the supercars. Now, that might have been a couple of years down the line, but I didn't know this stuff, Alan. This is what I hammer home in the book. I didn't know this stuff. I was unconsciously incompetent, and I didn't have anybody challenging me this or teaching me this. Would I have listened, going back to the chimp paradox, would I have listened in the first place? Probably not.
What a story.